We are Steve and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2134. Today, Jill and I are talking about what successful land investors do differently.
Oh, I have a laundry list.
I do too. I feel so qualified after 10 years.
This is a good topic.
Yeah. After 10 years of doing this show and being the sort of leaders of Land Academy.
What do you mean, sort of?
Yeah, not sort of. The leaders of Land Academy. Yeah. I mean, we're qualified to talk about this.
I was bringing this up. It was really valuable for me. I had some things to say yesterday when I did our February Land Academy Ladies webinar. We get together once a month, cover a topic that's important to us, and then just open it up. We ask all kinds of questions. You know, people ask all kinds of questions. And that was one of the things I'm like, you know what? I can really say, hey, I got 10 years into this, not 10 years into land investing, way more than that. But I've got 10 years in of just Land Academy.
Yeah.
And case study after case study after case study. Yeah. So I can say, hey, I'll tell you what you need to be successful. Mm-hmm. And that's not it. And today we're going to talk about what is it, which is good.
My big picture point here is just sort of a spoiler alert, but I'll go into it in details. Is you've heard it before. It's just a mindset and an attitude. The technical stuff about this business is very teachable, and if you have the right mindset, you can it's learnable
and dedicated.
On your part. Yeah,
which is part of the mindset. If you're willing to overcome a lot, you'll do it.
How many times have you seen a music instructor, specifically in classical music, say to the student, you are ridiculously proficient technically, but you're never going to make it. You don't have the emotion. You don't have the spirit and what Joe would call it, the je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You just don't have it.
That's very good. That's exactly what I would say. It's like a chef cooking without love.
Yeah.
How's
exactly.
that? If a chef cooks without love, congratulations, you can follow a recipe.
Hey, all week this week, just like last week, this is Land Research Week. Why is it the same week topic? Because last week was really successful.
Oh.
And the person who produces this show right now, the operations person for all of Land Academy, Aaron, said, please do it again. So they're not the same topics. They're just kind of the same theme. Of the topics. Monday, today we're talking about what successful land investors do differently. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll talk about the value of accountability groups for scaling your land business. Wednesday, how the Land Academy CRM can streamline your deals. Jill's going to have a lot to say about that, as am I. Here's a spoiler alert to that topic. Less talking is better. Thursday, what makes a great county for land mailers and what doesn't. We'll take a look at the profile of a great county and one that you want to stay away from. And then Friday, making land investment decisions based on data versus feelings.
Why are you looking at me?
I personally have chosen my favorite of the 5 topics.
There's a lot of feelings that going on, but not when this subject is involved.
Oh, it's okay to have feelings, just not from 9 to 5.
I have feelings about this podcast right now.
You have feelings about working with your spouse?
Oh, I've got a lot of feelings about that. I got feelings about today. Feelings about how this is going to go this week.
We're going to share feelings.
Oh, good.
It's feelings week.
Oh, there. That's called it. We should do that. Academy talks about feelings all week. And Jack is nowhere to be found.
If you have been in a committed relationship for any length of time, I don't care who you are, I would encourage you to always bring up what's on your mind and encourage the other person to express themselves.
Wait, let's do this. It should be feelings and opinions week.
Yes. Oh my God. Do we have to do that?
That would be torture.
You know what? It's research week. And it's the first 3-4 minutes of Monday.
And we can't do it.
We're going to integrate feelings and opinions into all of this. All week.
This is good. If I don't like it, you're going to know.
Yep. Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum. We take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
You're making me cry.
Cry with happiness?
It's something. It's
Jill,
feelings week. You figure it out.
After 15 years of our relationship, Jill's going to express her feelings this week. She's got
I'm finally allowed
15
to.
years of pent-up resentment just for me.
Yeah.
Plus about 25 years of pent-up resentment for the other men before me.
Oh, way more than that.
Stay with, don't tune out. Stay with it this week. Jill's gonna let it loose.
Thanks. Okay, Michelle wrote, this is good. You know those terrible listings you see that have one image and no description? I made an offer on one of those. The realtor did not call me back. I emailed him and he responded with very little info. I noticed months later it was still active with the same terrible listing. I found out a college owns it. I called the realtor again. He is rude and short with me, telling me, go do your own due diligence. Hilarious. I dig out and find out who to connect with in the college. I call her nice lady. I find out more. My realtor go and see the property and absolutely love it. They discovered that that other realtor's phone number on the sign didn't even work. After much due diligence, I made a low offer, 63% less than asking and 71% less than assessed, which is fairly accurate in this county. I contacted her today, 11 days after the signed contract, and asked her for an update because we haven't heard anything. She told me, this is the person at the college who's overseeing this. Well, didn't the realtor call you? We agreed to your offer and I signed it last week. We'll see what happens from here. I have a 45-day due diligence window. Lessons learned. Make low offers when a property's been sitting. This one was on the market for 326 days. If you make a low offer, the realtor may not have presented it. Several times lately, I've made low verbal offers, and I suspect the realtor did not give it to the owner. If need be, build relationships with the owners. Let's all keep swinging that bat. We have personally have experience with this. We had a personal property where I know that the agent was not getting our offers to the seller, and I finally gave up on it. We finally talked ourselves out of it and walked away because that's what happens. Had he presented it, everybody would have been happy, and I would own the property, and we would have owned it and been off having a good time. The
topic for today is what successful land investors do differently. I chose this comment. There's not really a question in here.
Right.
By Michelle, because she's one of the Land Academy advanced members, the Land Academy Pro members. And this is the difference between somebody who is great at this and successful and somebody who isn't. And she always has been. It's tenacity.
Yeah.
I would not have done this. Jill knows this. This is not in my, I don't walk around this planet badgering people until I get what I want from a real estate deal because I know they're failing me. Jill does. She does it. And Jill's amazing talent, superpower in this world is she will do that, get what she wants. And the person she's doing it to has a smile on their face. They don't even know what's happening. Ask me how I know this. What was it? Feelings and emotions.
Feelings and opinions.
Yes, feelings and opinions week.
So tell me how you feel.
Well, once I realized it took me almost a decade to figure out this is what's been going on. Once I made peace with it and went through the 5 stages of grief with Jill.
Thanks a lot.
The last one is acceptance. It worked out great because I know that's who she is. And I watch her do it to other people and don't allow it when it happens to me. So feelings and opinions.
I want to say thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that feedback.
Back to the topic. Yeah, see, she's doing it right there.
Keep going.
Michelle has been with us for a very long time. She is one of maybe, 100 people or so that have been with us since the beginning, about 10 years ago, and take this attitude and apply it to making money and flipping real estate. And the tenacity and the go around people, and I'm not getting what I want, but still doing it. Everybody's smiling and not being a curmudgeon like I am is the trait and the personality type and what you need to be successful at this. And not just this, everything. This is the world that we live in now. And I think maybe it's the world that has always been like this. This is a squeaky wheel. I love this comment. And, I hope that you take it seriously. This is what I mean by that, because this is the topic now, by the way.
Can we go into it?
Yeah, today's topic, what successful land investors do differently.
Thank you. I was waiting.
Thank you for your opinion.
Yeah.
How do you feel about what I just said there?
A little frustrated.
It's going too slow for you?
A little bit.
A little too wordy?
Well, no, I just kind of want to get to the topic.
You can laugh or cry.
Please continue.
That's a whole topic too.
Yeah. I was raised on that. You pick one.
Successful land investors and successful people do not give up. They don't take things personally. I know you have a list too. Mm-hmm. They don't take things personally. They get the technical skills that they need to implement what we just talked about. The technical. I grew up in an environment, in a very accounting-driven environment where technical skill was everything, and feelings and emotions and presentation or any of that was never discussed. Hey, if you do that with a smile on your face, you're probably going to get a better response. I grew up in an environment, well, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're going to get what you want, which is really bad advice. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to listen to the smartest person in the room. No one.
No one wants to hang out with that guy.
Everybody wants to have fun and get some stuff done. And their soul, and just be better for it the day after yesterday. Mm-hmm. So Michelle's just excellent at that. She presents well, she speaks well, she gets what she wants, and she just doesn't give up. In fact, every single person in LA Pro has that personality profile, in my opinion, and Jill has it. So if you're like me and you don't necessarily have that to this extent, this personality profile, please consider getting somebody in your life professionally or socially that does.
I have two things to talk about. What successful land investors do differently. Number one, the real successful ones are smart. They put the time in. I'm going to totally pivot to less feelings and emotion. Here, it's really, they think about their decisions. They don't just flippantly pick stuff, flippantly decide I'm going to mail over here. They don't take someone's comments. They do their own homework and make sure. They're not like, and when I say don't use someone else's, like they don't buy a list. Like, hey, mail this or whatever. They're not using an easy button. That's one of the things I wanted to say, that they really spend the time. And I thought about this recently because I had some good coaching sessions this week, and I had, our Land Academy ladies call, and I really slowed it down. And it was really like, let's not gloss over the top about anything that we do, and be very deliberate and think about every decision. Like, do I mail this one or not mail this one? Is this enough days on market? Is that enough days on market? It shouldn't be fast. You really need to spend some time on it and think about these decisions. And I'm saying this because I'm reading stuff in social media like, hey, everybody, I'm going to mail these people. I'm just going to do anyone that doesn't live here, anyone that owes money on taxes, and let's just see anyone who's owned the property over 10 years. I'm like, wow, you are missing so many people, and that's great. I'm like, congratulations to you.
You might get lucky.
Well, I'm just saying, this is why our group is different, why we're doing so well. We really think about this stuff. What about the people that just inherited the property and it just transferred into their name 90 days ago? You just missed all of them. So you've got to take a step back for a moment and think about, by this decision, who am I excluding, and put the time in. So that's where I got that one. And then my second point was, really successful land investors know where and when is best to spend their time and their money. Like, researching an area. Well, here's another one. Research an area would be time, and money would be mail. Don't mess around. Send a lot out there. If you don't get a lot of mail out, you're not going to get a lot of sellers calling you back. That's just a fact. And that's what you need to do to be successful. So I was thinking about, I had another example and then I lost it.
I can save you if you want.
Go for it.
Listen, I'm going to quote a movie. I think it's Bandits with Billy Bob Thornton and Bruce Willis. At one point, it's a hilarious movie. I've seen it a few times and really well written. At one point, the main character says, here's the thing about being intelligent. You pretty much know what's going to happen next. Listen, you want to know what's going to happen next. You don't want to see what's going to happen next in your life, not in your social life, not in your financial life. And the way to do that is to have a real honest conversation with yourself about what you're good at and what you're not good at. And then fill in the gaps with what you're not good at, whether you're outsourcing it. In my case, I brought on a partner and it worked out really well. And she's not the first person that I've done this with at all. It's just, you have to get organized and remove the risk from what you're trying to do from a financial standpoint. And you're going to do incredibly well. I use endless. How do I do that then? I use, over the years, I've used the fishing analogy a lot, and I'll use it again here. If you wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to go fishing, and, or, you're getting ready to go fishing tomorrow morning. There's a couple ways to do that. I've done both. The first way is to get a 6-pack of beer, get up before the sun comes up, go out, put the boat in the water, row out there, and drop the line in the water. And if your goal that day is to be relaxed and get away from everything, more power to you. That there's a huge argument for that. Feelings and emotions and feelings. The other way is to plan it for a week, get fish finding devices, make sure you have the right equipment, make sure you're going with the right person that's got the same like-kind mentality, and you're going to bring some fish back because your goal is to bring fish back. It's not to relax. So really define your goals. And the second way of fishing is completely removing a ton of the risk. If you've got fish finders and you're talking to guys on the dock about where the fish are biting and what kind of fish are biting, what you're fishing with, you have the right equipment, and maybe no beer this time, this trip, then you're going to catch some fish. The first way, who cares? The vast majority of people I see who start down the path of what we're doing do it the first way, but they expect the results of the second way. And my guess is they approach everything in life like that. You have to be hyper cuckoo technical. Jill is a pilot. She's an airplane pilot, and she has a very technical brain. And lucky for me, she's got the other side of it. And so the technical part of our personalities get together and are wicked, but she can execute. And I can do it too. I just don't, it's just not my favorite thing to do. Probably not yours either, but you do it.
Would you like my feelings or my opinion at this point?
Like your, please, your feelings. How do you feel about this? And don't leave any details out, even though we're twice over the time.
I know. I feel warm and fuzzy. Thank you.
Woman fuzzy?
Warm and fuzzy.
Oh.
I feel, you know what? Your comments are like a Snuggie. We can end on that.
What's a Snuggie? What is it?
We'll look it up in a minute. Wow. As much Amazon shopping you do, I am surprised no one's put a Snuggie in front of you.
You're not going to do that, are you?
No. I just mean, I'm surprised at the marketing. Well, I guess that says something. You have probably all kinds of RV parts put in front of you and things like that. Yeah, that's true. And, equipment, but there's no Snuggie. I'll show you.
Join us tomorrow where Jill and I discuss the value of accountability groups and scaling, specifically for scaling your land business. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.